a full-size pickup truck up to 65 miles an hour with cars practically stopped only, a foot or so away from them.
And this is, of course, a rather large vehicle, Des. This appears to be a extended crew cab. It is a Ford F-250, which is typically, one of those heavy-duty work trucks. Obviously, this is something that police have to consider. I would assume, Des, if it ever came to the point where they had to do a pit maneuver, that's not going to happen, at least in this traffic at these speeds. But at some point in time, that's something that they have to at least consider, right?
Yeah, actually, sorry, Jeff, I was listening to some radio traffic here with LAPD. It sounds like they may potentially be letting this one go. I know you were talking about pit maneuvers and whatnot, but yeah, the size of this vehicle, hard to imagine them. Well, we saw it actually the other day in a pretty crazy pursuit where Gardena PD pitted a full-size pickup truck. But we're gonna have to see what happens with this one now. And just as I was thinking that LAPD was not going to want to let this go with the child, maybe that is actually the reason why they may want to let this one go. We were just hearing some chatter here on one of the common frequencies in the air. So I'm just going to widen out, and I don't think there's any police behind them. And I'm hearing, I'm hearing the air unit as well saying that they've been told to leave. They may inform CHP and see if they want to get on this since it is on the freeway. We'll see if CHP gets involved, but at the moment, this person is currently getting away from police.
Obviously, practicing a lot of precaution here. As we understand, there's a 7-year-old child in this pickup truck, which is the center.
And we're just going to let him go?
Pursuit with LAPD, wanted for drunk driving. Let's talk a little bit about the protocol here. He's on the 405, so that's CHP, but it's LAPD that may be backing off now. So, Des, when you say CHP, can they decide
a basketball
to
in the back
on their own, or is that something that LAPD has to invite?
7-year-old in the car, by the way, guys.
LAPD will definitely make them aware of it, and then it's kind of up to them if they want to take this or not. And it's really hard to say whether CHP will want to do this or not. Sometimes, we've seen them want to come and take a pursuit over property damage. Other times, someone's driving really fast and they say, we don't want anything to do with this. I think it depends on the sergeant on duty and whether they're willing to, engage any resources. They're going to weigh public safety in on this as well.
I don't like this.
Blatantly obvious. It is definitely a public safety concern. Now, as far as,
he's driving on the shoulder of the road.
So downhill side of the Sepulveda Pass now getting into the San Fernando Valley and still driving
Sharon
on the
and
right
Rick.
shoulder. We're going to have this pretty heavy traffic up
Good
through
to
at
see
least the
you.
101. I think it's going to last up until at least Van Nuys, as we're still, 405, really one of the last freeways in the country to clear up in the evening hours.
Yeah, he's getting by.
Right-hand shoulder still up to 50 miles an hour with all that stop traffic next to him.
Yeah, I certainly understand they have to weigh public safety here. Obviously, because there's a 7-year-old child in the pickup truck, a drunk driver. But
what do you do?
Time, Des,
I mean,
this is pretty aggressive driving. This is dangerous for the 7-year-old as well. We're talking about driving at fast speeds on the shoulder in traffic. A little bit of a
do us a favor, like this video.
Drivers. You take a look there. It appears to be a gentleman with a hat on. His window is down. Obviously, this is something that they have to consider.
I think they need to stop this car, man.
Situation worse by chasing this person, but at the same time, Des, he's still driving pretty erratically.
Yeah, you could kill this kid.
And that's kind of the conundrum that so often law enforcement finds themselves in is they say,
there you go,
right,
chicken man.
We're going to give this up because it's getting too crazy. And then we might still see the driver driving like a lunatic. And then it's like, well, if they're going to drive like that, then maybe we should re-engage to, try to stop this person. Well, so let's see what happens now as
they do that a lot.
Blending in with traffic.
I don't know why.
Probably calming this person down now that they're not seeing any of the flashing lights behind them. And there's not going to be any low-level black and white helicopter either, as their helicopter has been told to leave. So no law enforcement on the ground or on the air really keeping tabs on this person. We're just waiting to see if
stop
CHP
this car,
has any
man.
interest in this one. Over to the right side of the freeway, which will lead to the 101 if they stay to these right-hand lanes, either the north or south 101. We'll see what the driver decides to do, and hopefully, it definitely seems like they're calming down at the very least.
I just don't know what you do when it comes to a situation like this, because there really is no good scenario
No,
a 7-year-old.
it's a lose-lose.
Obviously, if you engage and the driver gets aggressive,
But at the
that's
same
bad.
time,
If you back off and they continue to drive aggressive, that's bad. But also, this is a suspected drunk driver with a 7-year-old in the car. That's bad too.
that's real bad.
I just wonder at one point in time, could this be considered, in your opinion, Desmond, a tactic? Police are kind of backing off, but yet still maybe keeping tabs on this driver to reengage?
Well, they're just so far back now at this point. I'll widen out here for a bit, but
They're way
like
back
you said,
there.
their airship has been told to vacate
Thank
the
you,
area,
Schuster
so
DeRooster.
which would be the most effective way for them to keep tabs on this person. If the units, if they're back there, they're not in the shot, and they are going to be stuck in some
Maybe
stop and go traffic, and are very likely to lose track of this suspect if they have not already. So I think it sounds like, and again, like you're saying, it really is just an impossible situation for law enforcement, but they may just be taking the tack that, it suspected drunk driving. We're not sure what led to that, if they were swerving in lanes or what the deal is. Obviously the hope is, hopefully this person is not impaired. And
well,
it looks like they have just made
hopefully they're
let
not.
this one go.
Well, and they probably ran
LA,
the
we love
plates,
having
and
you
they may
here.
know who the owner of the vehicle is just by that alone, and maybe they've been in contact with family and they.
All right,
know
so there's a
lot
kid
more
in the
information than
car.
What we do?
What do we
obviously,
do?
so
Do we
maybe
go
that's the
after
reason
them?
for backing off,
Or do we
But,
back off?
That was pretty
Let them
aggressive.
go.
All the way from the right-hand lane and
That's what I'm thinking,
all the way
Joe.
over to the HOV lanes. That was pretty aggressive.
That's
However,
how I feel.
now kind of going over the left line a little bit.
Yes.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of drunk driving behavior, if you will, but at the same time, there is some erratic driving.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do make a very
You
good
guys
point
hanging out the
about
window.
the license plate there, Jeff. That is vital information. I'm sure they were able to get that information.
There you go.
And,
See, I mean, we don't have to pit them. We can box them in and stop them.
Stop this person
Get the
at another
grappler
time,
out.
hopefully when there's not a child in the car, and when they're not such a danger to everyone around them.
Well,
Hellcat, good to see you.
Been, really kind of downgraded from a pursuit to a following, maybe not even a following at all. We're going to break off from this and get you to regular programming, but rest assured, we will continue to follow this story. We understand a lot of people are concerned about that 7-year-old in this pickup truck.
Come on,
the driver
man.
wanted for drunk driving. The scene of a pursuit earlier, police have since backed off. If they re-engage, we'll pick it up right here on KCAL News. If it takes a point in time where we come on the air at 8 o'clock, we'll give you an update then. So I'm Jeff Vaughn. We'll send you back to regular programming. Don't forget KCAL News.
I'm with you, Robin.
We got about an hour and 10 minutes at 8 o'clock.
All right, let's see. Let's jump to KC. KTLA is on it. Maybe they'll stick with it. Maybe they're already gone. They were on a second ago. Let's see. Shall we? When you want to save on gear that rocks. There we go. Still on it.
Pass, and now again back to the left. There was a left shoulder for a time that the suspect was using.
We're still on it, Annie.
But then the question, not only of the
direction
she takes,
not going anywhere,
but the direction the
till they leave
takes in terms of
gone.
law enforcement.
Try to catch up a
Again,
little bit.
LAPD is behind the suspect at a great distance, as you might imagine, moving on a situation like this with the traffic on the
very
freeway,
low
but
speed.
nevertheless tracking from the air, and the question of whether
now's a good time to stop them
over as well. They are aware of this, obviously, as it's moving into the San Fernando Valley and the West Valley Division of LAPD, also aware of this. There's another clear look at your female DUI suspect. Still hard to say on the
Thirsty Thursday, everybody. If you missed today's show,
if that child's in the back seat of this Ford pickup or in the passenger seat.
They said it's a worming.
Not going to change much in terms of tactics for law enforcement at
got
this
some
point.
scrawny
They're
arms.
just thankful that she's moving at a speed and direction that's not erratic. Sweeping across lanes slowly and gently and moving in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range.
Look at that.
Not much of a threat to the motoring public at this point. But just increasing the list of charges she will face when she's brought into custody here at the exit on Burbank Boulevard.
This ought to get interesting.
And Gil, what do you see on surface streets?
Well, let me come out to a wide shot. You'll see the
flush,
traffic up ahead of the driver here, and a lot of traffic there at that intersection. But right now, stuck in traffic. Let me come out again a little bit to see if there's any units in trail that are coming behind. Not yet so far. So we're going into, like I said, the West Valley or the Van Nuys division, depending on which way.
All right, let's see how they're going to drive now.
If it goes left, it's going to be West Valley
Jules, good to see
LAPD
you.
jurisdiction. The CHP at this point may or may not get involved
back at it
now
again,
that it's off the freeway system. But the driver right now stuck in traffic, a lot of heavy traffic in front of the driver. This is Burbank Boulevard, like you said, and it looks like, well, the driver will have an option here. Might be able to get back on the freeway or make that left-hand turn from this
This lane. Could be anything. I mean,
all right. So sitting in traffic here, not trying to blow through gaps, which we often see. It's not an erratic situation at the moment. The right turn signal's on, but she's in the left lane, and it looks as though, well, she's going to stay straight. And get back on
right back on the freeway,
northbound on the 405.
Yeah. Those people there were making that left-hand turn, wanting to make that left-hand turn.
Erratic.
Not because the driver decided to go back onto the freeway. So here we go back on heavy traffic on the 405 freeway northbound.
Look at that.
All right. So again, a DUI suspect, the LAPD's Pacific Division initiating this pursuit roughly 40 minutes ago.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you.
Near Santa Monica, we understand, and moving primarily northbound on the 405 for the duration of this pursuit. As we've been tracking it live here for the last 10 or 15 minutes and watching this driver move northbound on the 405. It has been congested, as you would imagine that it would be at this moment in the afternoon. The DUI suspect, female driver with a 7-year-old child in this truck.
Are you sure that's a woman?
And LAPD is tracking this from the air, on the ground as well. But as you can imagine,
I thought I saw a goatee.
The challenges they're facing remaining directly behind this suspect at this point.
You look like a dirty hippie.
Thought for a minute that they were going to get off the freeway. The truck exited the Burbank Boulevard off-ramp, only to go straight and continue northbound on the 405, jumping on the on-ramp and continuing. And what we can tell from
do you guys think this is a woman or a man?
Traffic north on the 405, likely all the way up toward the 118, and obviously in the Santa Clarita is going to be a challenge at this time of day.
Smoke weed every day,
and you can only say that
Jeanette,
suspects
how
not
are you?
Speeding at this point, which is the silver lining, and really the only one we can find at this point. As the LAPD continues to follow. Gil, have they had any luck? I know it's cleared up just a bit in getting any closer to the suspect.
My sentiments exactly, Kay.
I'm trying to listen to the California Highway Patrol's frequency for this area, and I haven't heard much as far as trying to get vehicles into position, maybe because he exited or was exiting the freeway there for a minute. And
Joey, will you please go out there with some spike strips?
But a little bit of breathing room right now on the freeway. The traffic has picked up a little bit, but up ahead,
this is the third one today.
Next, half a mile, it's going to bog down again.
As you would expect, and they're going to be approaching the 118 interchange here in not too distant future, moving at 50 miles an hour in the carpool lane, spending a lot of time again on the right shoulder, but they're calling this a female suspect.
I don't think so.
Wanted for DUI.
Didn't that look like a man? Am I wrong?
We can tell at least one child in this pickup truck with the suspect. And at this point, CHP aware of the situation and waiting for the LAPD to relinquish control of this pursuit if they decide to do so.
Yeah, you are.
It remains on the freeway, the more likely, from what we have seen in our experience watching these, the CHP would take over. That is not the case as far as I can tell at this point. It is still LAPD tracking from the air and trying to keep an eye on the situation on the ground, though, again, very difficult with this traffic, Gil.
Yeah, Mike, I'm just getting word now from my pilot, an update on the situation above the pursuit. The LAPD helicopter has pulled off of this chase. So now really it's just us following the vehicle right now.
It's a man.
The concern, though, for LAPD is that child on board with the suspected DUI driver behind the wheel. That was the concern. But because of the, erratic driving from one side of the freeway to the other, making it difficult for those ground units to stay in there. That's
the bearded lady from the fair.
All right, so we are continuing to track this situation here from Sky 5. As again, this is a female DUI suspect in this Ford pickup truck pursued by LAPD. out of the Pacific Division area.
Look at here. Richard's
On
here.
the 405,
Richard.
it made its way through the Sepulveda Pass.
Thank you, buddy. Good to see you.
Northbound through the San Fernando Valley. Destination unknown at this point. We'll continue to track this for you on KTLA.com and have the results, the outcome of this situation tonight on the KTLA 5 News at 10, along with the rest of the day's news and any breaking news. We'll see you back here tonight for the news at 10 and 11. Good night.
KTLA, you were our last hope. And then Louisiana Dub come in with 2 bones. I don't know what to think anymore. What happened to the LA we all used to know, where nobody got away, where we handled our business? No, we're busy handling our business instead of doing anything. All right, we got something. We're going to Fox.
Dangerous the situation is, as I said. So we will, of course, keep a watch on this from Sky Fox, and we will update you tonight on the Fox 11 News at 10 o'clock when I am back with Christine Devine. We'll have that.
Christine Devine sounds like an adult film star.
You can always follow along on our website, which is foxla.com.
I'm doing well, Keaton. How are you, buddy? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? What a kick in the nuts. What a massive kick in the nads. I can't believe this. Well, maybe they're just taking their kid to Legoland. That's a possibility, I guess. Or straight to hell. I can't believe what's going on in California, man. ABC 7's live. Okay, well, look. If they are, we'll jump over there. Maybe. Maybe not. ABC 7 is not live with it either. They're talking about teens testing positive for fentanyl. Nobody. All right. Well, that was Red Fox. Yes, it was. Kids, we're at that time again where we're just going to let criminals go. Let me see. Crass has got a link. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the Trollity Podcast on YouTube, that's Mikey's hot tip of the day. Trollity Podcast on YouTube. Fantastic. Watch or listen. They make it fun for all. For the seeing impaired, not so much for the hearing impaired, but you know, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that. What if you're hearing impaired? Is there Braille podcasts? Asking for a friend. Have you subscribed to the Trollity Podcast? Maybe, maybe not. We'd love to know. Creed's going to come back, by the way, as soon as I get off here. He'll say, "Oh, man, I missed it. Did I miss anything?" And I'll say, "Yep, you missed a lot." All right, let's see here. It looks like something's going on. Let's see. Any day now, computer. Do your thing. Work your magic. There's something happening here. Do. And this says it's not live, by the way. There we go. Now it says it's live. Are they lying to us? Maybe. Well, we're done to find out? Sure. Why not? That says live. Talk amongst yourselves. Which is better, the taco or the burrito? I feel like it's the burrito. You get way more stuff inside of it. Well, we're chasing. We're on it. How about I get quiet and you guys just listen to the soothing sounds of the chopper? I can't believe they are with it. We'll see. Shadow casting seems okay. They're back up to very high speeds if that's the case. Well, that's where we're at. She's passing exit 159B. What time is it there? That's a great question. It's 10:05 here, and they're 3 hours behind me. So I'll subtract 10 from 3, and I believe that brings up 7. Somebody check my math on that. 7:06. She's still driving like a maniac. I'm going to say it. Burrito. I believe that's correct. He's sticking with the taco. I'm saying, man, the burrito, you can do so much more with it. You can really pack it full of flavor. Yeah, why don't we just box her in? I mean, she's driving like a maniac.
But
well,
084.
Well, we're back to talking. That's good. Changing our
up in Sky 5, we are tracking this pursuit that started with the LAPD Pacific Division. Thank you, Joe.
What about Mikey? Can we thank Mikey?
We appreciate you watching us on the web. This is Gil Davis up in Sky 5. We are tracking this vehicle in the center of your screen. This pickup truck wanted for a suspected DUI. It's supposedly a female driver and a 7-year-old child on board this truck. LAPD Pacific Division tried to pull the vehicle over. It fled from them. It made their way. This vehicle made their way into Santa Monica and then eventually back onto the 405 from the 10 freeway northbound, all the way here to the 5 freeway. Now we're going into the Newhall Pass. LAPD, they were in pursuit as they were going up the Sepulveda Pass. And LAPD was in pursuit as they got into some heavy traffic. There was heavy traffic there, and the driver was going from one side of the freeway to the other. The ground units decided to pull off. It was just too dangerous. Now we're transitioning, it looks like, onto the 14 freeway.
Can we verify it's not a woman?
Saddle for now, but bring up the regular radio. That'll probably work better.
Do you think we're just we're going to follow these people all the way to their house, by the way?
Now we transition from the 5 to the 14 freeway, and no sign of the CHP at this point. The LAPD airship eventually pulled off as well, so we're waiting to see if the CHP picks us up. But now, if the driver stays on the 14 freeway, the destination will be Palmdale. if it stays on all the way into the Palmdale area. But right now, no units behind it. Airship has canceled, and the concern right away was for the child on board, a 7-year-old child. Trying to pull the vehicle over, but the driver said, "No way, I'm taking off." And the pursuit went on for a while until it got into that 405 Sepulveda Pass traffic. And that's when the units
Seems
on
like
the ground
wide
started
open
to
now,
pull
though.
back. And eventually the helicopter, LAPD helicopter, let it go. Pushing back in here, we can see the driver moving around with their hands. We don't see, well, it closed the sunroof. That's what happened there.
Got a basketball back here. What appears to be... All right, look, right. Oh, zoom in again.
And completely close that sunroof. So we are continuing here northbound 14 freeway.
Telling you.
Through Santa Clarita.
Telling you. It's a man. I don't care how many times I say it's a woman. It's a man. I promise you.
He looked like a man.
Promise you. 500 of you here. Do me a favor, like the video if you haven't done so already. We'd appreciate it.
Slow lane. So now I'm hearing the CHP talking about the pursuit. We'll see.
Go on.
We'll see if they get a unit behind it.
Laura sticking with it's a woman. See, that's what I assumed too when they said it was a woman.
Unit asking the dispatcher if they are aware of a pursuit northbound 14 freeway. So they must see, that ground unit must see us overhead and is inquiring about a chase here now. So we'll see if they get in contact with the LAPD and they get the information.
That was my favorite cartoon as a kid.
But for now, the driver must feel that she's in the clear.
You're clear over here. You're clear over here. I hope we're waiting at the house. Nah, Stu's at home with his feet up. Stu's sipping on a cold drink right now. An adult beverage, some would say.
News Center, Skycam on Wilson. Joe, I switched to Wilson. Do you hear me?
Parmesan. Pastrami does sound good.
I changed my radio to Wilson. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. No problem, man. Freakazoid was good. Freakazoid.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to all new members. Did somebody drop memberships and I don't know? If so, let me know. I count on nothing here in California. They've led me astray too many damn times.
There is a unit, CHP unit ahead on Soledad Canyon Road.
Thank you, Mayor, for your sacrifices. Drunk as a skunk. If you're just getting here, this is a drunk driver with a child in the car. Oh,
definitely the CHP is talking about it. They're trying to get the units in position.
I hope he says it in a minute that it's a man. Oh, I hope so. Jen, welcome. Glad you're here. If you're over on Facebook, so really all you can do is like and conversate.
Like the ground units for CHP
glad you're here.
Are going to get on the freeway, look for the vehicle, and we'll see what they do once they get behind the driver here. Northbound 14 freeway.
By the way, depending on where you're watching, you might not see some of these comments. It's because they're coming from several different platforms that we stream on simultaneously at the same time. T, that is a great description of what goes on around here.
The freeway traffic is light to moderate right now on the northbound side. And so it should be easy for any CHP unit to,
unless it's stolen, they got to know where they're going, right?
You have the license plate on the truck, and they do have eyes on the on our helicopter up here, so they will be.
Claudio,
able to
they said the same thing. I heard that
in a short time.
They call me Rose. They call me Rose. Hallelujah. Thank you for the blessings and for watching out for everyone here in the chat. Thank you. If you're wondering about gift memberships, make sure you have those turned on. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching from somewhere other than YouTube.
CHP does have the information on this pursuit now. A DUI suspect in this truck with a 7-year-old minor. And we'll see.
Doesn't matter where the kid works.
They get those ground units that are here in the area behind it in a short time here. But hey, Rick, let me know if you see any CHP coming up on them.
All right. So if you're watching anywhere other than YouTube, you can find us on YouTube.
These are 70 to 80 miles an hour all the way across lanes here. We've got a little bit of traffic to contend with.
Very drunk. Very drunk.
Coming up on Sand Canyon Road.
Oh my God. But yeah, find us over on YouTube, Credence and Mikey.
Okay.
Or if you want to just watch car chases, you can join us over on We Got a Chase. We'd appreciate having you there. Capital, should I have a wellness check maybe or something on you? Maybe. You okay? Well, thank you for your sacrifice. We're glad you're here and a part of the family. Go easy on your nose. Just take it easy.
Cocaine down to the ground. Cocaine.
He's probably just kidding. He or she, or both.
Once again, thank you for joining us on the web. This is
you're welcome.
Up in Sky 5. We are covering a
hey Gary.
Gary, where are you?
It started about an hour ago.
Oh, cheeky baby.
From the Santa Monica area here onto the 14th freeway heading towards Palmdale.
Willie.
It was a DUI driver who the LAPD tried to pull over with a 7-year-old child on board. The driver fled from the officers. They got onto the freeway, went up the 405 freeway.
Twice.
Through the
4 inches is fine.
The driver was able to lose the officers on the ground. They pulled off eventually because the driver went from shoulder
Guys
to
in the
shoulder
truck
on the
really
freeway
messing up
through
tonight.
traffic. Airship overhead, the LAPD stayed on it for a while, and then they as well pulled off. Now we're waiting to see if the CHP pulls over the vehicle or tries to get units behind it. It's still northbound 14 freeway, Soledad Canyon Road. Okay.
Go ahead. We're listening. Oh, he cut off his mic. All right. So, yeah. So find us over on YouTube. We broadcast live twice a day, Monday through Friday. We do members only on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday for our 3 different channels. And yeah, we'd love to have you be a part of our little family. World's most dangerous chat. Also, world's most friendliest chat. We might have some off-color jokes here and there.
All right,
we all love each other.
We're watching this car go northbound 14th freeway, but at this point, we're going to conclude our coverage.
No!
All the LAPD and CHP, they've decided to let this pursuit go, this driver go. So at this point, it looks like the driver is going to be heading into the Palmdale area. Still quite a ways from Palmdale right now on the 14th freeway northbound, but at this point, we're going to conclude our coverage of this pursuit. This is Gil Lavis up in Sky 5 signing off. Thanks for watching.
Damn it. Oh my God. Texas RS Tech, thank you so much. Texas RX Tech. Hallelujah. I'm not happy about this, guys. I don't want to hear later on that this drunk driver has injured somebody or this child has been hurt. I just don't want to hear that, man. That's wrong. I'm not happy. I don't want to see innocent children get harmed. It's bull crap. I'm sorry if I sound angry. It's because I am. Everybody's just pulling out of this chase like 15-year-old Mikey. Make sure you got gifts turned on. So if you ever watch again, you can be eligible for free memberships. Don't forget, tomorrow's Florida Friday, 4:05 Eastern time. All Florida related chases, news, all of it right here, live. Nothing pre-recorded here, all live, all the time. Yeah, and Texas RX Tech over here, and I guess we'll wrap it up. Call it a day. I'm gonna say this. California, you come knocking at my door again tonight. You better get something done. You better seal the deal. Not Florida nudes. Unless somebody in Florida wants to send them, but Florida news. Excuse my extenuating. Oh my God, Twisted Sifter? You guys are too much. Thank you so much. Enjoy these beautiful mountain landscapes. Twisted Sifter. Hopefully everybody gets it together. Thank you guys so much. Well, let me throw Twisted Sifter on here. Thank you to all the mods that work so hard. You guys are the best. No matter what anybody else says, I still say you're the best. Love them or hate them. They're putting in the work. Getting it done. Twisted Sifter, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's why the world's most dangerous chat is also the most friendly, loving, and caring. There, I said it. Caring. All right. Can you guys do me a favor? And I think the guys in the truck left. Do it myself. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Never thought I'd be making a living on the YouTubes. But look at me now, Mom. Look at me now. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that kid getting home safe. Because otherwise, they're going to look out for me. Scissor me, Daddy! Thank you to Heather. Thank you to Cooper. Thank you to Richard, who came in clutch. Louisiana Dub. The Giver. They call me Rose not once, but twice. Oh! Texas RX Tech and Twisted Sifter. Listen, I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. We did, Daddy. Look at here, Daddy. We drove them mountains. And when we was done with the mountains, they said, whoa, who was just in there? It was me. And Crass. You guys take care. Scissor me, Daddy! Stay out of each other's way.
Well, let's get funky like a monkey. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Stay safe. Stay hard.
We've been hanging and banging, brother.
Stay tuned. Top guys. Top guy.
Just do what I tell you.
Yeah, somebody's producing tonight. World's greatest tag team. Mikey and the other guy, Credence.